Today I have an exciting demonstration of two things. One of them is a phenomenon known as resonance, and the other is something called beats or beat frequencies. Before I dive into this demo, I just want to remind everyone out there that if you go to the description of this video and click the link to the Phantastic Physics store, you will find all the concepts covered in this demo, plus many more in our full year high school physics curriculum. Perfect for parents, for teachers, for students, for homeschoolers, for anyone who wants to brush up on their physics. Okay, let's dive right into the demonstration here. So what I have are two identical tuning forks. They both have a frequency of 440 hertz. And what that means is if I strike one of the tuning forks with this little hammer, it's going to vibrate exactly 440 times every second. So hertz is a measurement of how many times per second an object will vibrate. And so when I hit this tuning fork, you're going to see something interesting happen on the other side with this tuning fork. So let's take a look. Let me try that again. I want to make sure I get a clean hit. All right, there we go. Take a look at that. So how is that ball moving by itself? Let's do one more. I'm going to hit this fork again, but this time I'm going to catch the fork after I hit it so it's no longer vibrating. And if you can hear that, this fork still was vibrating after I stopped this one from vibrating. And you saw that ball start to bounce around, and that was due to the vibration of this fork. So what happened? Well, this is a phenomenon known as resonance. And resonance occurs when something has the same natural frequency as another object. And when I hit this fork, which has a natural frequency of 440 hertz, it causes vibrations to move through the air with the same frequency, 440 hertz. And when those external vibrations encounter this fork with the exact same natural frequency as the vibrations created by the other tuning fork, when it encounters that external vibration, it causes this fork to resonate with the first tuning fork. And you could see evidence that this fork was vibrating because this ball was bouncing up and down like so. And that was caused by the vibration of this fork. So very interesting that even if I hit this fork and stop it so that it's no longer vibrating, the waves have already been generated and they're already causing this fork to vibrate, even though I did not touch it. So that phenomenon of resonance, the same thing occurs when a singer sings with the perfect pitch, this perfect frequency, and it causes the wine glass with the exact same natural frequency as that singer's voice produces to resonate with the voice of the human who sings. And if she hits just the right note, or he or she hits just the right note, that glass will continue to resonate and its amplitude will get more and more chaotic until eventually it will shatter. Okay, so that's an example of voice. The sound waves produced by a voice causing a wine glass to resonate with that frequency, just like this tuning fork created a frequency that caused this fork to resonate with it. Okay, so now I'm going to show an example of what we call beat frequencies or beats. And so if I take this little mass here, I'm going to attach it to the other tuning fork. And by adding some mass to it like so, I'm actually slightly changing the frequency of this fork, and in fact it's going to be a little bit lower. So maybe the first tuning fork is still 440 hertz, and let's say this one is now 436 hertz. So I've slightly altered its frequency so that they're close. They're very, very close, only off by 4 hertz, but they're not exactly the same frequency anymore. So when I hit these two forks, they're going to produce slightly different frequencies. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to hit this fork on the left and then this fork on the right, and you're going to hear something interesting happen. So listen carefully. And actually, let me use my microphone nice and close so you can hear it. So do you hear that sort of wah, 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 kind of high pitch, high amplitude, low amplitude, high, low. So let's try it again. Very interesting, right? So what is that? Well, if I were to draw this as a picture, the first fork had a frequency of 440 hertz. So maybe the wave looked something like this. And the second tuning fork had a slightly different frequency, and maybe it was a little bit less. And I'm going to exaggerate that. So this one has a much lower frequency, but in reality, they're really, really close, right? And so what happens is both of these sound waves were created when I hit these two tuning forks, and they're going to interfere with each other. And when two sound waves interfere, sometimes they interfere constructively, which is when the sound waves add together and you hear a louder amplitude. And sometimes they interfere destructively, which is when the sound waves cancel out. And actually, that's how noise canceling headphones work, where, a crying baby might produce this sound wave, and then the noise canceling headphone will analyze that sound wave and produce the exact opposite wave. And so when these waves add together, they produce silence because they've destructively interfered with each other. And so when these two waves add together, this tuning fork and this one, they will produce an overall wave that is a combination of the two. But because they're so close in frequency, what happens is sometimes they interfere sort of destructively, where they mostly cancel out, and then they start to interfere constructively, and then destructive, constructive, destructive. And it kind of looks like one of those heart machines where it's measuring the heartbeat. And so what you get is here, this is called destructive interference. And then here we have constructive. And then destructive, constructive, right? So the sound waves amplitudes are sort of canceling out and you hear that quiet part, and then they add together and you hear that louder amplitude, and then quiet, loud, and that's what produces that beat frequency, which sounds like wong, 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 and it gets loud, quiet, loud, quiet, loud, quiet. So this is called a beat frequency, and you can actually calculate the beat frequency produced by these two tuning forks by simply subtracting them, right? So it would be 440 minus 436. In this case, it's 4 hertz. And so a beat frequency of 4 hertz means that you hear this cycle of loud, quiet, repeat 4 times per second. So the number of times it repeats per second is the difference between the original frequencies generated by the two similar frequency tuning forks. And that is what we call beat frequency. Very interesting phenomena created by two very similar frequencies. Thank you for watching Phantastic Physics. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more interesting physics content. Goodbye for now, and remember, it's a fantastic universe out there, so stay curious.